Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. First, jazakumullah khairan for organizing this. I know this takes so much time. May Allah accept it from you guys. May Allah write it amongst your good deeds. Personally, it makes me so happy to come and see so many masajid coming together just to find out what's going on in our respective communities. May Allah accept this from all of us, write it amongst our good deeds, and ease our path to Jannah, especially those coming from Akhir Dunya, where Coachella, or Ridgecrest, Bishop, wherever. So Alhamdulillah, I'm from, as he mentioned, the Rancho Cucamonga masjid. Alhamdulillah, we have a lot of activities going on there. We just hired a new imam, inshallah, he'll be starting in September, Mark Manley. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him. My role there is I'm on the Zakat committee. And so, inshallah, I'll just be speaking about the activities with the Zakat committee. Alhamdulillah. So a few years ago, we realized that our Zakat process, our Zakat committee wasn't operating as efficient as we thought it could be. So what we did was we started to meet with surrounding masajid, Mekki Masjid, Masajid in Pomona, Riverside Masjid, as well as other organizations operating in the area. Redlands Masjid, as many people who would meet with us. We wanted to meet and understand how we could better improve our Zakat system. And Alhamdulillah, in doing so, we discovered that, subhanAllah, we weren't the only masjid that were struggling with this Zakat process, this huge amana. We weren't the only masjid struggling with it. But subhanAllah, the amazing thing was that some problems that other masajid had were easy they were easy to correct if they were working in a cooperative, if they were working with each other. But working individually, these problems were very hard to correct. So we tried to start this cooperation between masajid. So for example, some masajid, they struggled with giving zakat simply because they didn't have any zakat coming in. And their solution was simple. They just needed more assistance getting zakat funds. So we tried to coordinate giving zakat funds to them. And as Sheikh Abu Abdullah mentioned earlier, there were some masajid we struggled with giving assistance to people because we knew that they were quite possibly getting assistance from other masajid, from going on to other masajid, but there were no open doors of communication between masajid. There was no protocol, no method for communicating with masajid. So we struggled in that aspect. So alhamdulillah, we started expanding this relationship, building on it, and just understanding the needs of Masjid A, Masjid B, Masjid C, and seeing how we can better improve the area, to better improve our zakat distribution and our zakat collection. And alhamdulillah, despite the fact that it's still in its infancy stage, and we have a handful of masajid working and cooperating, the results, wallahi, are beautiful. For example, now there's some masajid, like for example, Masjid al-Sabri in Pomona, they weren't able to make it here today. But in years past, they literally could not distribute zakat. But alhamdulillah, now they're able to distribute to their constituency. Similarly, the constituents in Rancho who donate, they know that their zakat funds are helping the poor and needy, whereas before, the zakat funds may have been stagnant. So this would take me a lot of time to explain the details. But they're, in essence, really it's about establishing a cooperative between us to share, whether it's information. So we've explored the concept of a database. So for example, if this masjid wants to know if an applicant applied, there's a database where he can go. If a different masjid wants to know if a person receives zakat, he can log on the database and see. And then there's also the financial cooperative as well. That's important because, again, some masajid, their solution is just they need money. Other masajid, they might not have a process in place to distribute zakat, or they may not know how to handle a zakat applicant, and this is very, very touchy, very Sharia compliant stuff. And for example, one of the benefits we had was actually earlier today we had a consultation with, his name's Joe Bradford. He's one of the top American Islamic finance experts in America. So alhamdulillah, we had a consultation with him today, and he's helping us refine our process to see, whether or not this person is eligible for zakat and if he should receive zakat. And this, again, it's ultimately to improve. It's to instill that the zakat, the muzakki, the person who pays zakat, to ensure that his right is being handled, as well as the muzakki, the person applying for a zakat, to make sure that their right is being handled. And alhamdulillah, it's really, again, it really is a blessing to work with masajid, and we're trying, again, to expand. I would love to set a time to meet with everyone, because really, we get people coming from Temecula, people from Fontana, people from Indio. They come and they look for zakat, and right now it's slightly more difficult because we don't have, and it's my fault. I've been a little busy. I haven't had time to establish relationships. So my goal is today, before I leave, I'd love to set appointments with everyone, every respective masjid, every respective masajid, every community, so we can work together, because this is not the Rancho Masjid's project. No, subhanAllah, it's the Ummah project to fulfill the zakat. So alhamdulillah, jazakumullah khairan. So please, I'm going to try to come and see everyone to set some times to meet. So barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum.